we're wanting to do is make solid incremental steps on trade. The Biden administration is not doing free trade deals around the world right now, but I've got absolutely every confidence that a great deal is there to be done, and there are plenty of people in that building behind me who certainly want to do one.
Let's bring in our political editor, Beth Rigby, who has been following the Prime Minister in the United States, currently in Washington. Beth, let's talk about this issue of the Northern Ireland Protocol and President Biden's issue with it. Is it a bit of a ruse? Is Joe Biden really that concerned about it? Or is it the fact that he doesn't want or need a trade deal with the UK?
Well, Sarah Jane, I think it's a bit of both, really. Look, let's just sort of zoom out a bit. The fact is that Brexit, one of the big... Sorry, it's windy here. My hair's getting in my way. In terms of Brexit, the big selling point by Boris Johnson was this great US-UK free trade deal. We heard so much about it, and now here he is in Washington, and it has been kicked very much into the long grass. The Prime Minister making it clear that it isn't a priority for President Biden, although he did say, President Biden, that they were still talking in the White House yesterday in the Oval Office. And when I asked him yesterday about, well, can you get it in your first term as Prime Minister by 2024, he simply cannot commit to that because he doesn't know if he can. So that really is on a back burner. There was some positive news for the Prime Minister this morning, though. They are going to lift the ban on British lamb. He's talked a lot about the ban on British beef being lifted, and President Biden name-checked that in the Oval Office yesterday. So something for Boris Johnson to hold on to. But then, yes, on the issue of the Northern Ireland Protocol, Joe Biden made no secret of the fact he's no fan of Brexit. He's an Irish-American president. He's very concerned about what's going on with the protocol. You know about this now. All of those problems about the trade between Northern Ireland and Great Britain, checks, disruption, the European Union saying that the UK won't implement the protocol as agreed, the UK saying the protocol isn't workable as they agreed it. So this is a problem that is not yet resolved. And I would argue that it is a shadow over this relationship with President Biden, Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson said that on camera this morning that the president didn't mention this in that 90-minute bilateral. Very strange, because the actual official readout from Downing Street says the exact opposite. It says the Prime Minister updated President Biden on developments with respect to the Northern Ireland Protocol since they last met in June, when it was raised at the G7. The leaders agreed the importance of protecting peace in Northern Ireland. So the idea that this isn't an issue for the US is just simply not true.
Beth, can we talk about France now? Obviously, France still furious about being cut out of the security pact between Australia, the United States and the UK. And the Prime Minister seems to be trying to smooth the waters by saying there could be a way in for them.
Yes, Sojo, there's been a development on France this morning. The Prime Minister, for days, because we've been asking him, has been at pains to be very careful not to agitate the French, to talk about the deep friendship, to try and reassure Paris that this trilateral agreement between the US, the UK and Australia to provide supply nuclear submarines to Australia, a big strategic area for those three countries in the Indo-Pacific. Very keen to stress to the French that this is not cutting them out, that this doesn't affect relations. But let's have a listen to what the Prime Minister said this morning. Words that I don't think will go down very well in Paris. Let's listen to what he had to say.
I just think it's time for some of our dearest friends around the world to, prenez un grip about all this, and donnez-moi un break. Because this is fundamentally a great step forward for global security. It's three very like-minded allies standing shoulder to shoulder, creating a new partnership for the sharing of technology.
I mean, in terms of the Prime Minister's words there, the kind of give me a break in French, I think it will irritate Paris. He has been, as I said, so careful diplomatically for days, but words there that will perhaps irritate an already very sensitive France.